Okay, let's go live. It's James speaking, trainingsites.io. Today, I'm going to show you like a super simple hack that I have that automatically takes and creates SEO optimized, super keyword rich blog posts from YouTube video. So we're going to go through that today. I'm going to show you the kind of workflow of how I do it, and then a couple little tweaks that you can use with ChatGPT or any of the other tools that you use for creating content or AI tools. And I'm going to show you a simple hack, and this is a really, really powerful way to create blog posts that are completely SEO optimized, but don't have to write anything. All you got to do is have your own YouTube video, preferably, but you could probably get away if it wasn't your own and you were using someone else's, because this is just a really cool prompt. So I'm going to show you the workflow on how I do it now to create these blog posts where I don't have to write anything, but they get created. I'm going to show you the tool that I use to do that, and then I'm going to show you the little tweak that I use with that tool, and then I'm going to show you a secret right at the end. So stay tuned if that's something you want to find out. If you want to create blog posts, more great content for your training site or community. And more importantly, you can take this stuff and what can you do with it? Yeah, you can create courses with it as well. So I'm going to use my video pencil here today. We'll try and use that and see if that actually shows up for us. And make sure we got a scribble. Yeah, we're able to scribble, so let's clear that. And I'm going to make it a little finer so it doesn't look as, I guess the word is as, there, that one's a little cleaner. So here's what normally happens right now when most people are creating blog posts. What they'll do is they'll start with the blog post here. And normally what they'll do is they might go, and from there, they might create a YouTube video. Let me just erase this because I don't like that where it is. They may create a YT video. And they may try and optimize it from here. Or use AI tools to kind of go and create a script or any other kind of pieces there. But my thing on this is technically backwards. And this is the process that I actually use to create blog posts. So what I do is I create a YouTube video first. And I do it in a way that I pick a topic. And I've covered this before, but the whole idea is you create a YouTube video first. This is the piece that you start off. You've got a particular topic, you got a message, something that's there. You go and do the YouTube video. You create the YouTube video. Now the cool thing is when you create a YouTube video, the moment that you create it, or let me make sure I'm in the right one there. The moment that you create your YouTube video is you have or you get a transcript. So YouTube create transcripts for you. So if you're talking into the video, you're explaining what it is that you want, you're using the keywords, all of the stuff that you're trying to optimize or talk about, it's all about your topic. It's all about the messaging, but the words and phrases that you're using are the ones, hopefully, that people will be searching for because you're answering the questions that they have. But you've created the video and maybe you need a little help doing that, right? Maybe you use ChatGPT or Claude or a notebook or whatever to do research, give you a little bit of a script. But you're doing the video and technically you have a transcript available for you after and of what's actually said during the actual content. So you don't necessarily have to write anything at this point. You're just getting a written representation of what it is that you said in the video. So that's what I do. I create a YouTube, do my prompts, do one just like this. I'm going to get a transcript from it. Then what I do is I use a tool called Glasp. And this is a free tool. I put the links below. They're on trainingsites.io as well. If you want to join the community, it's free. All of the resources I mentioned are there. You can just go to trainingsites.io or teachonline.io. It goes right to the community and it's free to join. So I use this little tool. It's built in right into YouTube. And what it does is it automatically takes the transcript and it uses ChatGPT or any tool that you want, and it converts it by default into a summary of the actual video that you've done. And it's got 5 key points. And the way it's set up is basically it says, it's a little prompt that says, hey, take the transcript of this, remove the time markers if you want, and give me a summary of 5 key points or takeaways from the video. So it's actually going through the transcript, and the tool does that for you, and it spits something out. And it kind of looks like this. If you've got one already, and I've done this before, here's one, for example, on the trainingsites.io page, and you can see this is the video that was the YouTube video that I had. And what it did is it basically gave me these 5 or 6 points here, right? So it's like why Cloud outshines ChatGPT for creating how-to content, summary and key takeaways. It provides it this way. And the way that I use it for creating blog posts is I've created a YouTube video, but I want to have content on my website to bring people to my website over and above them being on YouTube. I want traffic to my website, traffic to community, traffic to my courses. So what I do is I take all of the YouTube videos and I use this tool to basically create a summary from the transcription. And of course, the best part of this is just this basic idea is if I'm using a transcription and the summary is what keywords and phrases and topics and information am I going to have in my video that's here, it's SEO optimized by default, right? The content is SEO optimized by default. If I'm using keyword phrases in my video, which you should be because you're talking about the topic that you're answering the questions or sharing in the video, they should already be generated in this. So you don't have to really spend a lot of time optimizing it. It should already be set up like this. The one thing I do after that is I take the actual YouTube description, and this is the YouTube description that's directly from the YouTube video, and I put it in and I basically add it to the bottom. So I have a blog post here and it's got AI generated content, it's got my YouTube video description that's there, and I've got my YouTube video embedded in it. So I've created a blog post just by doing the video and using the one tool called Glasp. And this little tool called Glasp, which I'll show you, on the right-hand side here, there's an unbecoming picture of me. Let's try this one here. There we see if I can look like I'm with my eyes aren't open or my eyes aren't. There, that one's better. There, that one's worse. Let's go to the start, see if I can fix that up and have it hidden. There, that's better. There. Okay, so over on the right-hand side, see where it says transcript and summary? This is the tool called Glasp. It's a free extension for WordPress. I've talked about it, for Chrome, pardon me. I've talked about it before, but it's still here. And the cool thing is this tool, and let me just go and I'll open up the actual website so you can see it. This is a free tool. They have a free version and a paid version. The only real difference, I think, between the ones, the free and the paid one, is the number of times that you can use it. There's a limit on the number of times that you can use it if you're playing around. So articles, books, where's the pricing? I think I'll just double check. Yeah, I just have the free one here, and it's basically 3 summaries per day, which is the kind of the big piece here. So I've got Glasp, got it installed, and by default, when you use Glasp, this is what it does. So I'm going to take a look at this one right now. I'll open it up, and when you go to the settings, I'll just click it here. See, there's a little gear here. If you click on the settings, what happens is the settings open up and you get to see this page. Now, this is the default way that it's set up, and you can see which model is it going to use. And by default, it just uses the default one. But what I did is I set it to GPT-4o, which is the most recent one that's available. And again, you can choose another one if that's not the one you like, or if there's another one that you like a little bit better, it's there for you. Language is English. And then by default, it just says, give me 5 key takeaways. The prompt that is here, you can customize it. I didn't know at the start. So when I first started using it, what would happen is I would create some content, and what I would get out of it would be these 5 kind of pieces. So I was thinking about it, and I said, you know what? That's great, but these are videos and how-to videos, tutorials. I want to make sure that people get a little more meat or a little more information there. So what I did is I figured out, you know what? I can change the prompts. I didn't know that I could change the prompts. So what I did is I replaced the default one that's here, and I said, analyze the following YouTube video transcript and generate a comprehensive summary along with 5 to 10 key takeaways. The summary should be detailed, directly relevant to individuals creating and selling online courses for their own community, focusing on practical tips and strategies, include any items, recommended steps that the audience should consider to improve their course, creation, marketing, or community engagement. Present the information in an easy to digest format. And then I gave some output examples of how I wanted it to be formatted. So I just changed the prompt. Instead of just giving me 5 to 10, I said, hey, I want to have something that's of real value to the people who are watching the videos, to the people who are creating courses, to the people who are marketing their courses or trying to grow their content and their community and provide valuable information that's highly optimized for search with my keywords and the topics and the stuff I'm trying to get across. If it is public information, but I want to make sure that it's there. So I put this prompt in, and I also made sure strategy for longer videos and articles. It says ChatGPT has a word limit, and what we want to do is, I've got a paid version, so I would just say, make sure that you do it as detailed as possible. Now again, if you want this prompt, I've included it in the community. You have access to it. Just join, register, and you'll be able to get access to all of this. So what happens when you use this prompt now? Well, let's go take a look and see what happens. I did one here. There's one here. So for example, let me open this one up. There we go. Okay, so here's one here. This is one that I just did with the new one. So this is the over 40 entrepreneur. Remember I was just telling you that one? Where's one more? I'm just going to open one up here. Where's my over 40? I'll do this one here. So this is my tutorials page that's here. This is a tutorials page where we have all the YouTube videos. What I did is I just did a search, and I looked at this one here, which is the AI-powered side hustle. Now, it was a video that I did a couple months ago, just about using a couple ChatGPT hacks if you're just getting started. But this one, what happened is that by default, when I used GLASP the first way, it said, here's my title, here's the summary and key takeaways. Remember I said it just gave me 5, right? So it gave me 5 or 6 that were here, and it basically had a tip, a bit of a summary, and some text. That's all that I got. What I did is I updated the prompt in GLASP, and again, you don't have to use GLASP. If you wanted to copy and paste the actual transcript from YouTube, you can do the exact same thing. I just use GLASP because the interface is easy to use. But what happened is when I generated it this time, what happens is I get a summary here, which is a 2-paragraph summary in detail. So it's not just here's my 5 bullet points or key takeaways. This gives me a summary of the actual video tutorial. And again, this is a great summary of what was talked about in the video. Then it also gives me takeaways. And I talked in this video about a prompting style, which was guide, explore, assume, review, and about gear. So putting it together for creating online courses. And those are the steps. It pulled that right out of the text. All of the stuff that I was talking about in here, ChatGPT, AI, course creation, all the keywords and phrases are all here. And it gave me, I asked for 10, it gave me 10 key takeaways here. Now the best part is, it's got a description, the takeaways, but it also has action items. So what I've got now is instead of just here's some content, it's like, here's a description of the video, not the whole transcript, but it's a really good description of what was talked about in the 16-minute video. Then it's got all of the key takeaways that are in context and optimized for the topic that I'm talking about because I'm mentioning it and it's being used in the transcription. And then it's giving me the action items. So if someone just doesn't have time to read, it's like too long, didn't watch, they have a really, really good high-value snapshot of what the video is about and let them know if they do want it. And more importantly, if something catches their eye, that it's something that they can have value in, it's now available for them. Now, there's a couple other cool things that happen here. is because I'm using a more detailed response. And again, I didn't figure any of this out. It was done for me. If I go and take a look at this, in my particular example, I have this set up so that these tutorials, I got about, I think there's 280 or 290 tutorials that are available here now. And by the way, register for trainingsites.io and you get access to all of these plus these added additional notes. They're YouTube videos, but all of the transcriptions and stuff, the takeaways, and this material has been created for you. But here's the other value for you. If you are trying to optimize and traditional blog posts for SEO, trying to get organic traffic, people coming to your site, what this does is because you now have a lot more text that is generated based on the transcriptions in the YouTube video that you've done, anytime that you search, you're searching an additional amount of content now. So not only is it better for the search, it's also better for your users who just want to find out and say, do you have parts of a video or videos that refer to this particular topic that I can search on? Okay, so this is powerful not only for getting traffic, but it also makes things a lot easier for your students or people that you're trying to help. Now I said I'd show you a little bit of a secret at the start. I'm going to show you one here. Now I talk a lot about AI prompts, different styles, prompting styles, and one of the ones that I've talked about a lot was conversational prompting. And I have some frameworks like the Teach model, the Gear model. Again, these are all things that are covered in the courses in the Teach Online community at trainingsites.io. These things all revolve around prompting and using prompts to complement or supplement or clarify all of your experiences and turn them into course content or transformational instructions or teaching. Now, here's the one thing that is the easiest thing in the world to do. When I showed you that little prompt that's here, I talked about on the page, about analyzing the YouTube script. Remember, I had this script that gave me that content. Probably going, oh, I don't know how that, how did you come up with that prompt? It's a great prompt. It gives me the output that I want. Can you cut and paste that prompt? Now, here's the important thing. Do you think that I wrote this prompt? No, I didn't write this prompt. I asked ChatGPT to write a prompt that I could use as a prompt. One of the easiest things to do is if you don't know what to do when you're prompting or you're unsure of how to phrase a prompt, but you know what it is that you wanted, just ask ChatGPT to write the darn prompt, and I'll show you exactly what I did here. This particular one is, let me open this one here. Let's make sure I got the right one that's there. And, oh yeah, here, pardon me. I had it in a different spot. It's in a different app here. Yeah, so here's what I did. By the way, I have ChatGPT and Claude and Notebook LM. Specifically Claude and ChatGPT, I have the paid versions and I have the app installed. So this works, doesn't matter if you're using the paid version, the web version, or the installed version, it's there. But what I wanted to do is I was just going, okay, you know what? I really need to be able to come up with how am I going to, create a prompt. And all I did is I said, went to ChatGPT, I opened a brand new chat and I said, create a prompt that I can use to generate a key takeaways and detailed summary from a YouTube transcript. It should include 5 to 10 key points along with any additional action items for things a person creating and selling online courses from their own community would want to know. So I gave that prompt to ChatGPT, asking it to create a prompt for me that I could use within GLASP or by itself. And I just said 5 to 10 key points with action items. But if you want more than that, if you want a 1,000 word description that is SEO optimized for the words most frequently, you can do whatever you want in the context here. And that conversational prompting that I'm talking about, I'm just saying, hey, give me a prompt. And then basically it gave me the prompt. And this is the exact prompt and the format of it, of how I wanted it to be formatted, summary, key takeaways, action items. And all I've done is I've used this prompt in GLASP as the default prompt so that I can use that tool. There it is there. There's the GLASP one. I said, hey, use this prompt in the tool, and it generates all of the content that I need for creating posts just from creating YouTube videos. So when I take a look at this now, my system, or how I'm doing it, is backwards from what I was originally taught. I start with YouTube. I create a blog post. The YouTube content that I'm doing is the blog post. I'm using AI to convert it. And here's the best part to this entire system. If you have your site set up properly and your campus set up properly, one of the things that happens is if I do a live stream of the YouTube video like I'm doing right now, this is a live stream. If I do that, what happens is I'm live streaming now to YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So the very second that I start doing a live stream, there is a social media post put onto Facebook, LinkedIn, or whatever other ones I'm live streaming to. Those are the three that I am, and it's live on YouTube. That's the first thing. Second thing is I get the blog prompt or the prompt as content that I can use on my site, but I also have my site set up so that the very second that someone does a post or adds a post to the website, it automatically posts or makes social media posts to all of the various social media platforms. So not only is all I have to do is a YouTube video, what's happening is it's automatically posting to social media for the live stream. It's automatically SEO optimized. And most importantly, I don't have to post to social media because it happens automatically now. So this is a real easy way to just focus on YouTube, do videos, don't be afraid to muck up, talk about what it is you're excited about, what you're passionate about, what you want to teach about, and you're going to be able to create blog posts for it to get any extra organic traffic and value add your content for your students, and more importantly, post to social media without having to worry about it. So I hope you enjoyed this little session. Like and subscribe to the channel. I've got all sorts of these available to you, and if you want to find out how to not only write these posts, but more importantly, put them together in a system to help you start building and growing your education business, I'd love to hear from you and help you out, either within the community, the do-it-yourself courses, all sorts are there. Do it with you as the Campus Builders cohorts, and we actually have the agency where we'll actually do it for you as well. So my name is James. Take care. Expect the best. We'll be back tomorrow on probably Saturday. I'm going to do something Saturday morning. Find out more about building your own community campus and teaching online. Take care. Expect the best.